Hi folks, Sandro here with more cartoon news and shenanigans, and today we got a quick video going over some very unfortunate news. Now, some people might say that this is good news. It depends on if you're the glass is half full, the glass is half empty type of person. I'm a little bit saddened by this news, but there is a silver lining here. Let's get into it. We're here on Cartoon Crave's Twitter page. They always have some awesome cartoon news to go over here on Cartoon Crave. And they say Fox president Michael Thorne says they won't be picking up the possible King of the Hill revival to focus on new shows. So this is kind of sad, right? Like, I really wanted to see the King of the Hill reboot. There was some talks about, like, they're going to do a time skip, and Bobby, you guys remember, like, Bobby, Hank's son, he's going to be an older, maybe in his 30s now, so we would see him, like, as an old man, or not, like a middle-aged man, not an old man. Hank would be an old man, right? These guys right here, Boomhauer and the gang, Dale, the gang would all be, older, right? So that was the idea. They're going to do a little bit of a time skip. And it's really interesting, too, because the creator of the show, Mike Judge, he also just brought back Beavis and Butthead for a reboot. And they also did a time skip in that movie. I don't want to spoil the movie. It's kind of still a new movie. It came out, in June? It's still kind of a new movie. I did a review of it. You guys could go watch that. But basically, they end up going into a wormhole. They go into space, and they go into a wormhole, and they get shot out 20 years in the future. I think they go from, 1998 to, 2020 or so. So maybe they go, 22 years into the future or something like that. That's what happens in Beavis and Butthead. But it's kind of a shame that we're not going to get to see an older version of Hank, and maybe they'll do a movie, right? Not just because it says here they won't be picking up the possible King of the Hill revival. Just because that's not happening doesn't mean that we can't get a movie. Also, that doesn't mean that another network couldn't pick that up, right? So just because Fox doesn't pick that up, maybe they go to Paramount Plus, which is where the Beavis and Butthead reboot and movie are currently located, alongside South Park, right? Paramount Plus has been killing it recently. They have the seasons of South Parks. They have they actually paid Matt Stone and Trey Parker for 10 plus 14 South Park movies. We've only seen 4 of them. You guys might have seen some of them, the return of the COVID. And then we had the Streaming Wars Part 1 and 2. So those are the first 4 movies, and we still got 10 more on the way. So Paramount Plus has been killing it. That's where it could happen, right? We could see a movie go to Paramount Plus. We could see the revival / reboot, whatever you want to call this thing, go to Paramount Plus. That would be cool. But here at Fox, Michael Thorne has said no. He says, we're really focusing on animation, which is a good thing. This is good, and this is it's a double-edged sword, right? It's really sad we're not going to get this at Fox, at least, but people like me, I've complained about this numerous times. They keep rebooting all of their old shows, right? They keep rebooting all of these old shows, and instead of making new cartoons, now this is one of the reboots that probably could have, because it's a continuation of the original show. This is one of the ones that you would want to see, right? I hate it when they just bring a show back and everything's different, right? The original Powerpuff Girls was really cool. Then they made the Powerpuff Girls 2016 and it was completely different. They changed everything. You know what I mean? There's some reboots that do it really well. There's some that don't do it really well. But this is a downright continuation where they're just aging the characters up. Or at least that was the plan before it got axed here. But this is cool because instead of making a King of the Hill reboot, we're going to get fresh new animation. We're really focusing on animation. And animation is launching the kind of next wave of our signature animated series while still having our great legacy shows. So Fox wants to focus on new animation, right? They see King of the Hill, they're like, this already had its prime. King of the Hill already had its prime, but they do say they're still having their great legacy shows. So maybe, just like Beavis and Butthead or something. Well, I don't know if that was Fox necessarily, but They still have some of their older shows in the old library in the Disney vault. No. I think this Fox isn't owned by yeah. Fox sold off a bunch of their library, but they're still like their own separate entity, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure Fox isn't owned by Disney. They just own the libraries of a bunch of their stuff. So yeah, they still have their old shows, but they want to get into fresh new animation, right? So they want to make the next King of the Hill. They don't want to make a reboot of King of the Hill. They want to make the next big show like King of the Hill. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Like I said, it's sad. Yes, it's very sad that we're not going to get more King of the Hill. And I really liked this show as a kid. This is definitely one of my favorite animated shows. Obviously, I do like other shows more, like Futurama or South Park. Funny enough, Futurama itself is coming back for a revival / reboot. Not a reboot necessarily. I think it's just getting more seasons. So that's getting a continuation also. You see, that's the kind of style I love. I love when they take the show and they just keep going from where they left off. You know what I mean? So yeah, it is a shame here, but it could still happen on Paramount Plus. We don't know. It could still happen on Netflix. It could happen on a different streaming service just because Fox didn't pick it up here. And the other thing I'll say is I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Fox brings to the table, right? They say they're focusing on animation, the next wave of our signature animated series. Let's see them. I can't, I'm genuinely excited. I love shows like Family Guy and American Dad, and those are both Seth MacFarlane. Bob's Burgers, I wasn't the biggest on. I do like the first couple of seasons here and there. And of course, you have The Simpsons, but I want to see what the next generation looks like. I really do. And like I said, it's a bit of a double-edged sword here. We lost something, but we're staying on track for fresh new ideas. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Is this a bad thing? Is this a good thing? I am saddened by the news. It makes it a little bit less likely to happen, but it could still happen. And I do want to hear your guys' thoughts. Please comment down below. Are you somebody who do you like King of the Hill? Do you not want that? Are you happy that it's not getting a revival? Do you want to see new shows from Fox? Or are you a bit on my side where it's kind of it sucks that we're not going to get a King of the Hill continuation, but at the same time, I want new shows. So I'm kind of in a rock and a hard place here. Let me know down below what your feelings are on this, because this is a very, interesting topic here. And that's going to be that. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And why not watch an ad for your boy Sandro? Thank you guys so much. Peace out. Bye-bye. Have a great day.